My name is Dorothy. I'm 89 years old. Yesterday, I was looking through an old photo album when I came across a picture of myself at 32. I was standing in front of our first house, holding our daughter on my hip. I stared at that woman for a long time, and I realized I don't know her anymore. Not just because she's younger, because she's someone else entirely. Someone who had ideas and fears and dreams I can't quite remember having. Everyone I was has already left, and I'm the only one still here. I've lived long enough to outlive most of the people who knew me. My husband died 12 years ago. My sister went 6 years before that. Most of my friends are gone now too. But it's not just them I've lost. I've lost every version of myself I used to be. The girl who wanted to be a dancer. The young mother who thought she could do everything perfectly. The woman in her 50s who believed she still had time. The wife who thought her marriage would last forever. They're all gone, and I'm what's left. When I was 23, I wanted to move to New York and study dance. I was good. Not great, but good enough that my teacher said I had a real chance. But I met Henry instead, and he had a job here, and marriage seemed like the practical choice. I told myself I'd dance on the side, keep it alive somehow. I didn't. By the time I was 30, I had 2 children and a house to take care of. I'd stopped thinking about New York, stopped thinking about stages and the feeling of moving my body the way it wanted to move. I became someone else. A mother, a wife, someone responsible. And that version of me, the one who danced, she just faded away. I didn't mourn her at the time. I didn't even notice she was gone. But now, late nights, sometimes now, late at night, I think about her. That girl had something I lost along the way, a kind of aliveness. When my daughter was 15, she told me she wanted to quit piano lessons. She'd been taking them for 8 years. She was talented. I told her no. I said she'd regret it if she stopped. She fought me on it for weeks. But eventually she gave in. She kept playing. She doesn't play anymore. Hasn't in 20 years. Last time I saw her, I asked if she ever thinks about piano. She said no. She said she never really liked it. She only did it because I made her. I was so sure I was right. So certain I was teaching her discipline. But I wasn't teaching her anything. I was just making her into someone she didn't want to be. The same way I let myself become someone I didn't choose. I think that's what I'd tell a younger woman now. Not to lose yourself completely in the becoming. Not to let all the roles you play erase the person underneath. Because one day you'll be old, and you'll look back, and you'll wonder where you went. Henry and I were married for 56 years. People used to say that was remarkable. They'd ask the secret to a long marriage. I'd smile and say something about patience and compromise. But I don't know if we had a good marriage. I don't know if we were happy. We were comfortable. We were used to each other, but I'm not sure we ever really knew each other. He didn't know about New York, about the dancing I gave up. I never told him. And I didn't know what he wanted either, what he dreamed about, if he was satisfied with the life we built. We didn't talk about those things. We talked about bills and kids and what needed fixing around the house. And then one day he was gone. Heart attack. Quick. And I realized I'd spent 56 years with someone I never really let see me, because I wasn't sure who I was anymore. I'd been so many different people. Wife, mother, grandmother, each role covering up the one before. If I could whisper something to my younger self, it would be this: tell the truth about who you are, even when it's uncomfortable, even when it doesn't fit, because the silence becomes a habit, and then it becomes your whole life. After Henry died, people kept asking how I was doing. They'd say, "You must miss him so much." And I did miss him. I missed the routine, the presence of another person. But I also felt something else, something I didn't expect. Relief. Not because I was glad he was gone, but because I finally had space to figure out who I was without having to be someone's wife. Except by then, I didn't know how. I'm 89 now. I live alone in a small apartment. Most of my days are quiet. I read. I watch the birds. I think. And what I think about most is all the versions of myself I've left behind. I can't go back and tell that 23-year-old girl to go to New York, to try. I can't go back and tell that mother to let her daughter quit piano, to let her be who she wanted to be. I can't go back and tell that wife to have real conversations, to ask the hard questions, to tell the truth. All those moments are finished. All those people are gone. But maybe you still have time. Maybe you're reading this, and you're 30 or 40 or 50, and maybe some part of what I'm saying sounds familiar. If it does, I suppose what I'd want you to know is this: the people you are now won't last forever. You'll become someone new, whether you plan to or not. Life will change you. But try not to lose yourself completely in the changing. Try to remember what you wanted before everyone else started telling you who to be. And talk to the people you love. Really talk to them. Tell them the truth about what you're afraid of and what you hope for. Because one day they'll be gone, or you will, and you can't get those conversations back. I look at photos sometimes, and I see myself in all of them. But I don't recognize her. She looks like she knows what she's doing, but I remember what it felt like inside those moments. the uncertainty, the constant feeling of pretending. I spent so much of my life becoming different people, trying to fit into the roles I was supposed to fill. And now I'm too old to be anyone new. This is who I am, the accumulation of all those other people, all those choices. Maybe that's what happens when you live long enough. You outlive everyone, including yourself. You become a stranger to your own life. I don't know if I have regrets exactly. Regret feels too simple. But I do wonder, what would have happened if I'd held on tighter to the people I used to be? If I'd let them stay instead of covering them up? Maybe I'd feel more whole now, more like one person instead of a collection of ghosts. I'm 89 years old, and everyone I was has already left, and I'm still here, trying to figure out who that makes me. If you've listened this far, thank you. Maybe you understand what I'm talking about. Or maybe you will someday. Either way, thank you for listening.